good side. All of this is the good side. Black don't crack. No makeup. I never wear makeup. I mean, unless, you know, a little lip gloss. Okay, a lot. Y'all know I be juicing these lips up with lip gloss. But, go ahead, Lex.
Hey, y'all, it's Lex.
Say my name.
Oh, you want me to introduce you now?
Antoine.
We are a blended dream. If you are new here and this is your very first video, baby's gonna go ahead and give y'all the rundown. If this is your very first video.
Alright, this is my girl. No, this is my wife. It'll be 10 years in July. We are a two-mom family. We have, how many? We got a whole lot of kids. We got eight children. 6 human ones and 2 fur babies. We have a son that's in grad school, a son that's just finished up his freshman year in college. We have a 7-year-old, a 6-year-old, and 2 4-year-olds. Now the latter of
we have an 8-year-old, guys. She just turned 8.
Oh, sorry, an 8-year-old, a 6-year-old, and 2 4-year-olds. And our pug is also 8, Rocky Mountain. And our Yorkie, Stormy Monroe, just turned 5 today. Happy birthday, Stormy. I don't know where she is. The latter of the 4 are our foster children. We are foster moms. We've been in the game for about 2 years, a little bit over 2 years now. The 8, 6, and 1 of the 4-year-old are bio siblings, and we've had them almost 2 years. And then we have a singleton that we've had, what, 7 months? 7 months, and he's a he. So all together we have 4 boys and 2 girls. And if you add the pugs in it, then we got 5 boys and 3 girls.
So we're doing a mukbang, guys.
Hold on. We work. I work full-time from home. So a little clinical work. They just went part-time because the 3 siblings have a lot of disabilities. We'll get into that. They have a lot of disabilities and a lot of appointments and a whole lot of. So we both couldn't be doing full-time. And, you know, I really didn't want her to work at all, but she wants to work, so part-time it is, you know. Yeah, but she really works full-time, because listen, them 4 babies, that's like you working triple doubles every day, 7 days a week. And all right, babe. Yep. Like I said, the 3 siblings, they have a lot of disabilities. Oh, sorry, we're washing clothes. Just pause that. The siblings have a lot of disabilities.
Before she continues, I just paused the washer because I didn't want it to overpower us talking.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah. The 3 siblings have a lot of disabilities, a lot of things going on. And between OT, PT, ST, developmental P's, regular P's, and everything, all the other doctors, our house, people are in and out several days a week, and we are out, you know, going to appointments often. And babe does most of the appointments, but like when they're going to specialties like developmental P's and things like that, I do schedule my work around that, because I definitely want to sit in on that. And when she goes by herself, she just calls me, let the doctor know, you know, they know us, I'm home, and I just listen in just in case there's some questions that I may have. Yeah, she could ask, but I definitely want to, you know, it's a team effort. So what's the questions you said?
I didn't have any questions, but
I thought you said someone asked about foster care.
They wanted an update on our foster care.
Oh, listen.
This mukbang is just to give you an update. The next one is gonna be resources. Basically, is what they're asking.
Okay. Foster care is not for the faint of heart. The weak, the wary. If you're in a relationship, do not, just like, you know, your mom and your grandma tell you don't have a baby and thinking the baby will keep someone around. Foster care, if your relationship is not cohesive, and foster care is not the route. If both of you are not on the same page, you have to remember, even if it's a newborn, that baby has been traumatized, because if it wasn't, then the child wouldn't be coming into care. And that's what you all have to remember. Even a newborn, a 1-year-old, or whatever, because a lot of people say, oh, we want the babies, we want the babies, we want the little kids. But trust me, dumb little kids, if they are a lot of work as well, you know, it's different type of work than having a teenager, but it's a lot. It's a lot. And again, how do you want to update them on how the kids doing?
Yeah. We can start from the beginning. We got licensed in March of 2021. We got several calls in October. That's when we started really getting our calls.
One more thing before you go ahead. We are not regular foster parents.
We're therapeutic.
We're therapeutic foster parents, meaning the county, when they need foster parents for children that need either more medical care or could be mental health or just more care, they go through contracted agencies to find therapeutic or medical therapeutic foster parents. So we are therapeutic foster parents. Go ahead.
Oh, before we even get into that, it is a mukbang, so we are eating wings and fries from Nick's. We got half honey mustard, half mild, all flats.
Oh, listen, but I'm not gonna eat my chicken on camera for y'all to be talking about how I eat my chicken down to the bone. So y'all just seeing me, you know, eat on my fries.
So, like I said, we got licensed in March. And the next mukbang will be like the resources of how to get started and all of them that good jazz. But this is just to give you guys a life update, because you guys have really been seeing, y'all been seeing the vlogs and the hauls and stuff like that, but we really haven't been talking about the real of it. So we got licensed in March. We got a couple of calls in October. I think our first call was for 2 5-year-old twin boys.
It was that long before we got a kid?
Yeah, because we were still moving. We were still waiting for everything to come in.
So, okay, that's what it was. I was going to say, that was long.
We got licensed in March. We were moving in the process of that. So we moved here at the end of April, beginning of May. And we were still doing classes and all of that stuff. Excuse me. We were still waiting on furniture to get here, because the furniture for the kids' room was back ordered like 8, 9, 10 weeks.
Remember, we were still in the neck of COVID.
Yeah. So everything was back ordered. So that's really what was holding us up from getting any
And we
calls.
still could have gotten licensed before then, but we didn't want to do anything before everything was completed. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, like I said, October, our first call was for 2 twin 5-year-old boys. We said yeah. We went out and started getting 2 of everything. By the time we left the store with 2 of everything, they had then called us and told us that they placed them somewhere else.
So we just put it in the closet.
Yeah, I think it was better that way anyway, because one of the boys, one of the boys was very violent with animals, and we had 2 dogs.
Yeah, we had 2 dogs.
So I think that worked out how it was supposed to work out. The next call, within about 2 days of that call, was for an 8-month-old girl and a 3-year-old boy. We said, of course, we said yes. We had clothes for a boy, did not have clothes for a baby or a baby girl at that.
Because at the time, I said we wasn't getting any girls, right?
Yeah.
At the time, we had decided on
just boys.
We just was gonna get boys. Yeah, I was like gun ho, like, and why? I mean, I don't know. We've raised sons, we've raised boys, and I was like, maybe I'm just a boy mom, even though I'm really frilly. I was like, let's just get boys for now, and then
we was also leery too because of the classes we was hearing about.
all
the extra stuff that
all
could
the
go
extra
wrong,
stuff with
so.
girls, and like we have 2 older sons,
Right.
and although they're away at school, they do come home occasionally, holidays, every now and again for a meal, you know. The classes we were hearing about little girls, the things, and I was like, ooh, we don't want to change. You know.
Not that boys couldn't do it either, but in them classes it was really centered around girls.
Not that boys can't do it, but it was centered around girls. And I was like, at the end of the day, we're helping other families, but we're not going to destroy our family trying to help somebody else's family. So we were like, no girls. So to be honest, we didn't have all the baby clothes that we had was for girls.
Was for boys.
For boys, but the baby girl clothes that we did have was put away because it's for when we have our own, another child.
Yeah.
So it wasn't for foster care. But we had a we had so many boy clothes. But go ahead. We got the call for what next, man?
So once we said yeah, sorry, and then
went out shopping.
Of course, for a baby girl, and again. By the time we left the store, I'll say by the time we got home, really, and got settled. You can have those. I got some right. By the time we got home and got settled, well, I'll say a day went on before we heard anything, and we decided to call to get an update. And that's when they told us that they were also placed somewhere else. So, in the process of them telling us that those 2 were placed somewhere else, they got a call come in for at the time a 4-year-old boy and a 6-year-old girl, which are the 2 that we have now.
And then I was saying yeah before I even heard.
She was saying yeah before she even heard what was going on.
As soon as they called, they was like, it's a 4-year-old boy and a 6-year-old girl. I was like, yeah, we'll take them. They was like, Tawanda, you don't want to hear? I was like, yeah, okay, I'll hear that. But we want them. Let them know first. We want them to call us back. And then, what is it called? I keep forgetting what they send. So our agency, what they do is they was telling us about the children. And then they send over something that's called a universal. The universal is attached to, I don't know about children that are not therapeutic, but all children that are therapeutic. And it tells their full history of how many homes they've been in, what, whether medical or mental health stuff that's going on. And they were sending that over, but we said yes. So, again, we said we was going to take them. Okay, no, at first, yeah. So what scared Babe was when because they was like, the 4-year-old boy's not potty trained. And we thought, okay, we could work on potty training. Then they was like, the 6-year-old girl isn't potty trained. However, she's in remission from AML, which is leukemia. And so at first I was...
Well, they didn't say AML, they said cancer.
They said cancer. They said cancer. At first I was like, ooh. But they said remission. So I was like, okay, we could deal with this. And I was like, I wonder if she has like any like a trach or anything like that. Babe was, the cancer thing scared Babe, and I was like, Babe, it's gonna be alright. And then them not being potty trained, being big kid, she was looking cockeyed and crazy. So I said to Babe, okay, if we can handle it, and what I will do is I will handle all diapers and pull-ups. So she said, okay.
This is really supposed to be a mukbang, but we can't eat and talk.
Yeah. So I told Babe, I said, they're bigger kids, and bigger kids put out bigger stuff. So I told Babe, because diapers and stuff like that don't bother me. I told Babe I would handle all diapers, poops and everything like that. For her, it's really the poop. But I told her I would do all diapers. Now if I'm not home or something and it's a fat chance that I'm not home because I work from home, then when we go out, we always go out together for the most part. So she was like, game. So we was like, oh my goodness, we don't have anything for a girl
that age.
So we was asking questions like, how big is she? How heavy is she? Because a child coming into your home, you definitely want to have something for them, because sometimes coming in the kid, they come with just clothes on their back.
Right.
So go ahead. What happened after that when we said we would take them?
So we said yeah. And we didn't hear nothing for the rest of the day. So we like, okay, let's call and let's see, get an update or something
before we start spending all this money.
Right. We done went down this road twice. And y'all done told us that they went somewhere else. So I'm not spending no more money until we know for sure that they're coming. So, They told us that they were for sure coming, but they had to spend the night at the hospital for observation.
Right.
Okay. They spent the night. We still ain't hear nothing the next day. They called again. He was like, they for sure coming. Okay. So when they said that they were for sure coming, and we got the gist of like how big our girl was.
And they was like guesstimating her size, but they was all off. But go ahead.
Because we got way too big.
Way too big. So they was like, no, when we called and they said they had to stay in the hospital, they asked us if we would hold our home. If we would be willing to hold our home. Because it's like, if they were supposed to be coming and they went to the hospital, if our agency called us for another child, we're licensed for how many kids? 5. We're licensed for 5 children.
4 big ones and a baby.
So, you know, that county doesn't know how many children we have in our home. They don't know. They just know that we were able to take 2 of the children. And so they was like, can y'all please put y'all's home on hold? And we was like, we'll put our home on hold, you know, even if they have to stay a few days in the hospital, but you have to ensure us that you all are going to bring them. And they was like, they was like, oh yeah, we bringing them. I was like, wow, they are sure, you know, we're excited. They are sure, okay.
But am I looking back at this now? Those were red flags for me. Just communication stuff from the start. But go ahead, man.
So we go and get a few things and we waiting. So our agency's case manager, because when you have therapeutic, that means the children will have a county worker, a county caseworker, and whatever agency you're working with, they have that worker as well. So it's like basically 2 or 3 case managers for that one child or 3 children or whatever when it's therapeutic. So when DSS was saying they was coming out, our agency worker came to the house.
The same day that they
were supposed to be coming. So she's here, we're waiting.
Now she going over page by page.
She getting over page, taking the time, and we just talking and laughing and everything. And when you enter into our home, there's a wall here. So you can see straight, you can see like the dining room area, the kitchen, and the living room right here and down the hall. And well, you got to come this way to see our bedroom, but the kids' rooms are down this way. But our laundry room is right here, and then you can't see anything. So I'm in the laundry room. I don't even know what I was doing in the laundry room.
I think you was doing laundry.
I probably was doing laundry. I was in the laundry room.
Putting up cleaning supplies that we had just got.
Oh yeah. Okay. So I'm in there, and they called, and they was like, "Oh, Miss, to Miss Tawanda or whatever, Miss Link, would y'all come downstairs and get the kids?" I was like, "Come downstairs."
Red flag number 2.
Come downstairs. I was like, "No, ma'am." And my agency she looking crazy.
No, scratch that. First of all, they weren't even gonna bring them here. They wanted us to come pick them up.
They wanted us to come pick them up, and we was like, well, don't you? I mean, we are licensed, but don't you want to see where you dropping these kids off to? You know. So they called us and like, we're here. Can y'all come downstairs? Can you come down and get them? I said, now y'all have to remember, if you all don't know, I've been a social worker. I've worked DSS. I said, no, ma'am. Your job is to bring them upstairs because we need to sign paper, and we're not coming downstairs handling that type of business outside. You don't have to be nowhere that quick, that you can't come and handle your business. So I just, I answered the call and put my phone down, still in the laundry room, and I told baby, oh, they're coming up. So
y'all, it's October now. It's Halloween. We were getting ready for our 2 oldest ones that's in school. We had little bags for their friends and stuff now. Keep that in mind. That's Halloween.
Yeah, we're getting ready for Halloween because even though our kids are older, we were
gonna boo people around here.
And we were, boo, and we'll talk about what booing means in a minute. And so we had all the candy, all the stuff. So I'm in the laundry room. They ring the bell. Babe goes to the door, and so Babe just walks back this way. You could hear them coming in, and then our agency worker was sitting there, and she just looked. And Babe looked. So I'm in the laundry room finishing up some, making sure I'm putting up the stuff. The workers, they come right here, and I see a little, I didn't know if he was a boy. I seen a little kid like scuttle by. Like, you can watch them scary movies and somebody gets shoot by. It was like that. So I looked. Because it was our little boy at the time. I didn't know he was a boy though. We're in the living room. So I thought I was coming out, and Babe was just looking at me, and I was like, oh, okay, hi. It was 2 workers, And I hear them saying, oh, we had to carry her upstairs. So I figure, you know, she might be frightened. This is something new. Maybe they was just holding her, you know. So when I come around, the two workers are standing together. And I don't
hide her, really. Red flag number 3.
They standing together, but I don't see another child. And then I said, oh. And then they pull her around. And her head was down. And when she looks up, we noticed that she has Down syndrome. And then once we looked at her, she scattered by too. And
you know, they scattered by to get the candy.
The candy and everything. And I mean, they was everywhere. Like if you ever throw like one of those bouncy balls and you throw it and it go boom, 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 boom. That's how they were. And it caught us off guard. I'm gonna be honest, it caught us off guard. So they talking, the workers never sit down. They just talking quick, giving us paper, sign right here, sign right here.
Well, the guy that was here, he was trying to keep them entertained, to keep them from going
all over the place while we were trying to handle business. The female worker, she was like, oh, we have to hurry because we have another child. We didn't know it was a sibling to them. We have another child in the car with another worker, and we need to get her to her placement. Oh, we was like, oh.
Mind you, our caseworker for our therapeutic agency is also the worker for that sibling, so she was leaving.
She had to leave too. So first she was so calm, then
she was calm. She was going through papers. They get hit. She just shoots.
She's shooting at paper. She just shooting, and like not because she had Down syndrome. That's not a problem, but they knew. Now our agency didn't know because the children were new in foster care, and our agency only knew what the county told them. So not only did they have disabilities, we didn't know that they were nonverbal. And I'm thinking, wait a minute, I don't know no sign language. How am I supposed? We were overwhelmed because we were like, how are we gonna know what they want? Because they don't talk and we don't know no sign language. And they didn't know nothing either. No sign language, no nothing. And everybody just left. Lord Jesus. When everybody left, I think you cooked. I think we did what, chicken?
We ordered
pizza. The Halloween,
that jack-o'-lantern.
That jack-o'-lantern, yeah, because for our older two bio sons, every Halloween, or you know, around
Halloween, Valentine's Day, and something else, they do a special.
They do a special pizza. So we had ordered the jack-o'-lantern pizza. I mean, what kids don't like pizza? While Babe was doing that, she was keeping an eye on while I put one in the tub, because baby, you got to come here and wash. You just can't come here and get in my bed. They didn't come with anything. They came with hospital, and I don't mean pants and shirt. I mean hospital, you know, the little kid hospital gown and the hospital socks. And so we got them. I put one in the tub, wash one, got them, put pajamas and vice versa. The food came. They ate really well, and we stayed up, and they got in that bed, and well, we can't show you them, but they slept well. They slept well. It was overwhelming because they were still scattered. They were still just everywhere. Mind you, we had the two dogs.
Pause, y'all. I gotta change the battery.
So they ate pretty good. We got them to bed. We were worried that they would cry. I mean, you just coming into care, you're leaving all that you know. And then at the time we found out that they had a 2-year-old sister, and we was like, well, why they ain't bring her? Why ain't give us the baby? You know. And so they slept well.
But they had another newly licensed foster mom that only wanted a girl.
Only wanted a girl because she had a little girl. So the 2-year-old went to her.
We got the two because they were kind of a support for
each other, one another, so to say, yeah. And so we put him to bed. We're not really sleeping well, you know, because you want to be able to hear everything. Then Babe wakes me up in the middle of the night. What did you say, Babe?
They up.
Babe, I jumped up. What's wrong? What'd you say?
I said they up.
They up. I said, yeah, something happened. She's like, they woke. I said, it's okay. Let's go take a peek at them. And they were still, you know, they were still in the bed.
No, they wouldn't.
Whatever. No,
they had destroyed the room.
Yes, God, they had got down. Yes, they did. They got down I said, oh.
All the books we had on the bookshelf.
Oh, they tore up the
Yeah.
whole room. And I said, Jesus, this is going to be an adventure. So we cleaned up the room, got them back settled in. Let's fast forward. So we realized that we have a big job ahead of us. A big job. A bigger job than we could have ever thought, ever even cooked up ourselves. A bigger job than we could have ever, even all the things we thought about, none of this stuff came up. We were dealing with behavior, a lot of behavior. And so when you get a foster child in your home, you have a certain amount of time to get them to the eye doctor, dentist, pediatrician, just for all of that stuff. You got to call, and DSS does not tell you where to take them. You're like the parent. It's like they're like giving, like you leaving the hospital for, like you're a very first time parent, and you leave in the hospital with your newborn, you get them home, and you got to find a pediatrician, dentist, all this stuff. DSS says, here's your child or
But you
children.
would have had time to do that.
You would have had time to
With
do
your own baby.
with your own baby. So this is like sprung up on you. You get 9 months to figure things out with this. They're like, here, take them, and this is all the stuff you need to do. Make sure you log those appointments, so when we come through monthly, you could give them to us. So you have to find your own pediatrician, dentist, if they need speech, OT, everything you have to find on your own. Everything. Yes, everything. Schools, where you're gonna send them to school, you gotta call the district, get them enrolled, everything you have to do on your own. And so,
And let me just say y'all this: if any of your kids, if you're trying to do foster care, and your kids need services, it's a wait line, baby.
for services. When we say services, when we say services, you know, we were coming out the neck of COVID, so things were just backed up, and I don't know if it will take that long now, but we are still backed up from COVID, you know, where doctors was probably seeing like 30, 40, whatever, they dropped down during COVID, and so then you have all of this, you're still trying to play catch up from COVID, and I think that's why the list is so wait. Had we not had COVID, I don't think the wait list would be this long. So, well, we have 2 bio sons, but we never had to deal with special needs. So that was just new in itself, navigating all of this. And yeah, we started calling the schools. We had to get IEPs. Oh my goodness, it was just so much stuff. It was so much stuff, but we're gonna go through all of that in another video so we can help you all get that information. We already kind of knew where we wanted to take them to the pediatrician, because our sons go to the same pediatrician. We already knew where we wanted to do dental, eye doctor. We just had to call to see if they were accepting new patients, basically. So after we got all of that stuff together, the foster parent for the 2-year-old, she was a new foster parent, we a new foster parent. So basically, we got our first placement the same day, and she started calling. And we thought the agency told her she would call us.
Well, she was calling the agency first.
She was calling the agency first, and
I guess she asked if it was okay if she had our number too, which is of course okay.
Okay. So then she started calling us, and I thought she was calling us to do a
play date.
A play date. Now, mind you, when we first got our placement, we were under the impression from the paperwork that the two that we had were going to be initially legally permanent, like for adoption. Now, it doesn't usually work that way. Usually a child has to be in care, 6 months. If the parents aren't, doing what they need to do, then it's reunification, means return back to the family. With adoption, just in case the family don't do what they do, they start with parent. But you have some cases where children already come into care, some of them, and they already know that the parental rights are going to be terminated. So we automatically thought these two were going to be permanent. Now,
well, their paperwork say permanent. Theirs did. The 2-year-old said
reunification. But even though they paperwork had said permanent, we know we was if that was going to be for us, it was just too soon. And we were already overwhelmed, and we just, you know, and of course they don't make you make no decision right away, but we didn't know.
And I'm gonna just be honest with y'all, the first night it was a lot. After everybody left, I was in the kitchen, I did cry. Because I just felt like they just threw us out there.
Now,
like, you was taking your time with us when you got here.
Right.
And then once the kids got here, that was just it. So,
and it was very different for me because as a social worker, when I've gone in home to place a child, I usually sit about 2 hours. It longer if needed, but I sit long enough to talk to the foster parent, to kind of see my kid get a little settled in. And if I see where my kid is uneasy to where it might disrupt the home, I have stayed, what, 7-8 hours? I've spent a day, and I don't mean a regular work day, like on a Saturday, and I'll go sit, just kind of try to act, and that's just me. And so, I mean, I did.
But you can tell people that are passionate about what they do and people that are just really just doing it for a paycheck. And because I've seen how she's worked, it's pissing me off now with the workers that we have now, because now they're working backwards, and we've had these kids almost 2 years.
Right. And so with Babe, she didn't tell me she cried at first, but then I know my wife, and you know, I held her and we talked, and you know, I was overwhelmed. I'm gonna be honest, I was a little overwhelmed, but I knew that I had to be strong for my wife. And I felt that way because not only was I a social worker, I have also grown up in foster care. So I felt that, okay, it's a little bit overwhelming, but I need to be stronger at this time to let my wife lean on me, because I'm telling you, it was a lot. And so the foster mom to the 2-year-old started calling us, and then she called about 3 times. So we thought, okay, she want to set up some play dates. That's cool, you know what I mean? She got the sibling, let's get together. She lived about, what, 10-15 minutes from us? Let's get together. But she kept calling and calling.
And in between her calling, the agency
was calling like, oh, did you hear from the other foster parent?
We knew something.
I was like, yeah, I mean, we're going to get together for a play date. Did the foster mother just started crying on the phone down? I said, well, she was like, she was asking us how our placement was. So with her, we could share because they were siblings. And when she started talking about these behaviors, listen, y'all had to be in it. If y'all have seen some of the worst of the worst, some like abuse, and doesn't have to be physical abuse, like just neglect stuff, you know, because it is their story, and some stuff we're definitely going to keep just private, because we don't want to embarrass anyone. And again, it's their story, but it was bad. It was real bad, and she was crying. I mean, how does a 2-year-old have foster mama who has a child crying? And she was like, I was like telling her, it's only been like 3 days or 2 days or 4 days, you know, give it time. And by that 5th time she called, she's like, do you all want her? And before we could answer good, the agency was calling us
to ask the same question,
if we would take her. So we talked about it, and I said, well, of course I wanted to take her. Being in foster care and everything, I really don't, if siblings can be together, let's keep them together. And what really hit my heart is all of them are nonverbal, and they were taken from all that they know, so that bothered me. Even before the foster mom access did, we want to take the 2-year-old, it was bothering me. Like, how often can we get together? So, you know, and so Babe was like, I think Babe was more willing to get the little one because she was little, right? Babe was like, oh, 2, let's get her. So the foster mom was like, the agency was like, the foster mom was gonna bring her over on what, Sunday, and it was like what, Friday. So we was like, cool. And at the time, we only wanted 2 at the time. So although we had the room enough for the kids, the room that we had for the foster care room, you know, it's color coded. So the agency, our agency wasn't playing no games. They was like, we went shopping and we ordered y'all another bed to go into that room, because we was gonna buy the bed, the toddler bed. There was like, we ordered, it's a nice wood gray one, it matches your whole color scheme. Then we ordered it, we gonna bring it by. I was like, wow, you know what I mean? Like, wow. So push forward to Sunday. That foster mom comes. Our agency comes, right? Yeah, she came. She brings the little one. No, babe, you got a picture. You go tell them about the picture. When you sent me you was like, you gonna love her. She looks just like.
Oh, yeah, she looks just like the brother.
She was. Yeah.
She's a girl version, but she looked like a boy
at that time.
So she looked just like the brother. So I was like, she fell in love with the boy. So I was like, you're really gonna love her because she looks just like him.
Yeah. So push forward Sunday, the foster mom comes, and we had heard of all of this disruptive behavior. So we was like, come on, she ain't fit to have me crying. Not at two. And so she came, and when she came, it was just like she was home, wasn't it?
Yeah, because it was just like,
yeah,
it was like the calm in the storm when she got here. You know, they don't talk. They're non-verbal, but they're verbal.
They're verbal. I mean? And like they understand one another.
Yeah.
Like they gibbery. You don't understand it. Like we didn't understand it, but it's like they
understood each other.
One another, yeah.
So it was like she got here and it was just like everything was just calm. Like, okay, I'm where I'm supposed to be. Well, back with my siblings.
I'm back with my siblings. And so the foster mom was here and was looking like, wait,
this can't be the same baby.
This can't be the same baby. And our agency was like, wait, this can't be the same baby, because she was fighting our worker.
Yeah.
And then the foster mom had her little girl, which was 4 at the time. She came in too, and she get here talking about, can she stay? She loved our home, and she wanted to know if she could stay here forever. Her mom was like, so-and-so, I'm going to leave you. She said, yeah, but I'm going to stay here. You can go. I was like, oh, Lord, the children will embarrass you. So she got here. The foster mom spent about 3 hours here. Our agency came and she stayed about
the same amount of time.
And they stayed and we gave them snacks and everything. Now, baby girl, she did throw a little bit of a fit.
Yeah, because at the time, she only wanted to eat macaroni and cheese.
Yeah, she threw a little bit.
She wasn't going to eat nothing else.
And so with me, you not fit to fight me, honey. She's tried to throw a little fit, but I put her in that chair. No, ma'am. We're not going to do that. So, move forward. We got all 3 of them here. And we have a boy room. Well, it was just a boy room. We have 2 rooms, and it was, 2 foster rooms. And it was just a boy room. So then when we got the girls, we was like, we're going to have to try to add a little something to make it a little more unisex. Only because the siblings wouldn't sleep apart. It took us a minute to get them to sleep in their own beds, and they wouldn't sleep apart. So to try to put him in the room by himself to keep the girls together wasn't working. It wasn't gonna happen. It wasn't gonna happen. So you know, we a family. We trying to get them exposed to everything. Y'all, we was getting put out everywhere we was going, ain't it?
Every damn well.
Everywhere. When we took him to the pediatrician, the pediatrician said to us,
I don't think y'all gonna have a life.
I don't think y'all gonna have a life with the amount of disabilities and how severe their disabilities are. I just don't think you all are gonna have a life. And what she meant by that was going to the movies, going out to carnivals, like
going out to eat.
Going out to eat. She was just like, I'm gonna be honest, I don't see it. And I said to myself, baby, ain't nobody child, not even my own, gonna stop me from living. Now, trial and error. We got put out of a lot of places. Even family. When we took them places, and just the behavior, and people was like, basically, don't bring your kid, your slow kid.
How do y'all go to a Halloween party and eat the foam off the trampoline?
And I don't mean just bite it.
They was eating
it.
So you know we couldn't go back there.
We got put out of a lot of places that was asked not to bring our kids anywhere. So that's when I said, okay, we're gonna have to, I told Babe, I said, the only way that this is gonna work, we're gonna have to nest with them. And Babe was like, what did I say? We're gonna have to take about 6 months where, no, we don't allow people to come into our home, only like the providers. And we don't take them anywhere other than places that they have to go, school and to appointments. In this 6 months, we are going to build relationship bonds with them. And we're going to put together our routine, our structure routine. And I told Babe, I said, it's gonna work. Babe was looking like, Babe, I don't know if it's gonna work. I said, we can do it, it's gonna work. But it's gonna take us about 6 months. And the reason why we said to keep other people from our home was so that they could establish that bond with us, that we are the parents, that we're gonna be the ones to care for you. You know, it was real bad. So we started it, and it was rough. Lord Jesus, I had a praying grandmother. It was rough. It was rough. But with time, I think we were so knee deep in it.
It got so bad we were sleeping in shifts.
Yeah, we were sleeping in shifts. Then we wrote to the agency. We called them and told them, listen, if we can't have baby monitors in the rooms, then they have to go. Because we have to be able to sleep, and we have to be able to see them, because they would elope, run. And yeah, and although we have cameras and stuff, we put baby gates at the door. They big kids, they not 1-year-olds. Those big kids could climb over the gates and stuff. So they agreed to let us, because with school age children, they don't allow you to put cameras in the room for privacy. But see, for our kids, what privacy do they need when we got to change their diapers and dress them and wash them? Because they couldn't do anything for themselves. So basically it was like having 3 babies. Yeah. And so they agreed to let us put the baby monitors in the room. And that got a little bit better. And we were knee deep in it. And like to us it was like we wasn't seeing a change. But other people were seeing the change. Other people was the providers. Like the doctor was like, these can't be the same kids. The DSS was like, wait a minute, these can't be the same, you know. And not just the behavior, how they looked. Because our boy got sick like 2 weeks after we had him here, and I took him to the hospital like 3 o'clock in the morning, and had them people looking at me like
we was doing something.
Like we was abusing him and neglecting him. And I had to say, no honey, look at this paper here, work here. We just got him, and he came like this, and we're here because he's sick, and he, you know. So
we got extra stairs anyway because of how we look and how they
look. So yeah, because we got 4 of them. We got 4 I'm gonna call them snow bunnies.
Look, we got 4 of them now.
We got 4 snow. At the time, we only had 3 snow bunnies, but now we got 4 snow bunnies. And then we're a 2-mom family, and we're African American, and we're not even light skinned. I mean, we dark skinned. So we were already.
We're not gonna call them snow bunnies. We're gonna say white chocolate.
White chocolate. No, so I take back snow bunnies because that might be derogatory. I just like bunny rabbits. There's a little white bunny that I always see. We don't call them snow bunnies. White chocolate. We got 4 white chocolate babies now. At the time, we just had the 3 siblings. And we was already getting stares because, like, basically, what are y'all doing with these children? You know? And everybody...
You always see it the
opposite way. You usually see the white chocolate mamas and daddies with the brown babies. And so, just taking them to the doctors and all of that stuff, everybody was seeing a change. We wasn't seeing a change. And we always gather with our family for Christmas and Thanksgiving. We got invited. Now, one family, the Jacksons. Can I say their name? Are you gonna boot it up?
They know about them.
Oh, the Jacksons. You know, you got a nurse and a doctor. So they got 7 babies of their own. You know, children of their own. Like they just said, bring them. It's not a problem. Bring them. And we did Thanksgiving, and Thanksgiving was exhausting because we had to keep up with all the stuff that was going on with them. Christmas, we went to the Christmas party, right?
No, the boys went. We didn't go.
Okay,
they bought food to us.
Okay, yeah. We were supposed to go to the Christmas party. We had got all the matching pajamas for the whole family. Our sons were home, you know, with the kids, but the behavior with the kids, and it was just going to be exhausting. So we told them, no, we're not coming. They brought us food. They fixed everything like it was our own meal and brought it. The 2 older boys went, and we kept the kids home. But however, they did stop by to see us, and they were just so amazed how well behaved they were home. Like this became their safety net. Like if they would go out, DSS would be like, how y'all do it? Like, how y'all doing it? And then when they would go for visits and come back, DSS would be in disbelief. Like, how did they go from that? And then as soon as they get here,
it's different.
It's different. They settle down. So I believe this became their safety. We became, well, our home became their safety net. And so that went on. And then just before you know it, we hit about a good 6-7 months. We started seeing a little bit. We started doing trial and error. The first time we went out was our anniversary. Mm-hmm. The first time we went out with them to eat was our anniversary. Lord Jesus. But they did well, didn't they? They sat down. And we ate, and we was like, okay. We was in public, okay. And then we just gradually, and like I said, again, the doctors, the providers could not believe it. And everybody was just like, the change, but that was nobody but God. The change. And so we started building relationships with their teachers. And we didn't have the support that we thought we was going to have. The Jacksons was very supportive. My brother-in-law was very supportive. Very supportive because he had his own children with some special needs. So never any judgment. He was just supportive. And so, and his fiance was very supportive. And so, we started building relationships with their teachers. Their teachers just were so genuine. And each of the kids go to three different schools, and we take them to school because they're nonverbal and we don't trust the bus. And so they just was so in tune to us and our children. And we saw that they really had a love for our children, especially our boys' preschool teacher. Yes, God. And she would call for him on weekends to check in. She would call when you hit summer. She went away for a missions trip and called and emailed, was checking on him, and we just built that relationship. So, and we knew that the kids enjoyed them too, because we've had these kids almost 2 years, and just about 2 months ago was our first time ever being away from our children unless they were in school. We had never been without them unless they were in school, almost 2 years. For one, we know the behaviors. For two, you just can't trust anybody with your kids. Now, I did have a surgery, but the Jacksons stepped in. They have their own big family, 7 kids, but I'm gonna call it Kay Jackson. She came. She brought her youngest daughter, the same age as our baby girl. She spent days, and even when I came home, she didn't want to leave. And I was like, it's okay, you could go home. But they came. She got them dressed. She took them to school. She did all of it. And so we are just so very grateful for her, and grateful for C. Jackson, because that's his wife, and they got a big family, and he was okay with her coming here to do all of those things. And in the beginning, she was the only person we trusted with our kids. So other than our sons, but with their behaviors, we couldn't lead them with the boys. Even when the boys would come home, we couldn't say we're going to the store and leaving the kids home. We can't do that. We still don't do that. And so we started seeing a behavior change, a big behavior change. It got to the point to where they were having such horrible meltdowns and regression after family visits. DSS started asking us if we would bring them to their visit, drop them off to the visit. So that's how we basically met their bio parents. We started bringing them to their visit, and basically it was a safety net for them, I think, knowing that we were there and they were going to come back. Because although they couldn't talk, I knew that we knew that they started to trust us and loved us. You know how you have something in your hand and you can give to your kid? They wouldn't take anything out our hands, or we couldn't feed them anything. They would have to look in it, right? And if we would be in the kitchen cooking, and they still do struggle with that, they would have to be there seeing what you was doing to the food. Like, it was really bad. But they started trusting us, and like they would get a book and get up in our lap to read, and they would look for us. Like, they couldn't talk, but they would look. They would point. And the baby girl, she just didn't talk. So, like I said, she was 2. And the first time we heard her voice, Alexis was leaving. And we had him about how many months? About 4 months, 5
February. So yeah.
Yeah. And she was in her high chair in the kitchen, and Alexis was walking by. And what'd she say, babe? Alexis was leaving out. What'd she say?
Mom.
Mom. And we looked, and Alexis backed up. I looked, because we had never heard her say anything. And she said it again, but she ain't want me. She
still to this day sings it.
Yeah.
She don't say it, she sings it.
Mom. She wanted Alexis. And we were so emotional because they were mute. They had said nothing. And we knew then that we had built that relationship, that they were seeing us as the parent. I don't know if a parent, but knowing that we were going to keep them safe, feed them, protect them, you know. And then our boy, he does not talk, but I sing. He likes music, and I made up this song about my blue jeans, boy wearing blue jeans, and I was singing it, and he started humming it. And I was just blown, like I was blown. And then our big girl started saying, Mom, but it was for me, and we didn't know. If Alexis would go to the room, she would look at Alexis and still say Mom. Then Alexis would be like, babe, she's calling you. I was like, how do you know? She's like, go in there. And then I knew because she would stop saying it and maybe hug me or something like that. So like we started building that relationship, but it still was hard navigating their relationship and knowing what they want. And so
and even in schools would be like, how do you guys know what they want? We just know.
And they were like, how do you? And I'd be like, I don't know. We just know. We just know. And that's what it got to the point. And so then we started using visual boards, communication. We working on sign language. I know about 4 things. No, maybe about 10, 15 things. We started working on sign language, communicating with them. And we still talk with them. Like if they want something, if it's water, you know, we tell them, you know, water. We tell them water. But now, our boy, he's still not really verbal, but he's saying things sporadically. Mm-hmm. Oh, let me go back. We created an email for the bio parents to kind of keep them in the loop of the kids growing. And they didn't even know that they were their children. Mm-hmm. They didn't know that they were their children. And like DSS had to tell them, yes, those are your children. Like they were saying that they
were sending pictures of
different kids. Like they had the kids. One day, if y'all can see them pictures before and them pictures now, maybe I wouldn't believe they was mine either. Because when we look back at them pictures, Lord Jesus, God is a mighty God. And with the girls, I kind of got used to the girls. I got used to the girls then, and that's when that shopping started, right? I started boutique shop, you know, and we knew that they were going to be here a little while. Time just passed, and like I said, our boy, he's trying to speak some things. He could say red, blue, wait. So Alexis tells him to wait, like when she get in the car, she'll be like, wait. And now what he do?
He tell me to wait.
Yeah, he'd be like, what? Right? And Alexis be like, don't.
Because when you have to buckle them in. So when I pick him up from school, I'm trying to teach them how to do it, so that you know they're all really dependent on me.
They're all in 5 harness car seats. They can't be in the regular car seats.
It's a good thing and a bad thing to teach them, but I'm really trying to teach them how to do it. So when I tell him to buckle himself in, he'll do one, and I'll be like, okay, go ahead and do the other one, and he'll scream at me to tell me to wait.
Time just...
The camera...
Oh, cut off.
The SD card is full, so...
Time just started passing. We've had almost 2 years, and we going on the 5th worker.
The 5th worker.
We're going on the 5th worker. It's been a lot of trial, a lot of errors, just a whole lot of stuff. Let me tell you something as a foster parent. Listen to me. Anything that you give to your agency or DSS, do not give them your original copy. Scan everything in and send it to them. Have your own file. Get a file, one of those accordions.
I'm about to show you right now. Go ahead.
Make sure you get you accordion one, because we're going to show you what we got to do. And listen, y'all.
I got 2 of those. I didn't want you to show that because they got the names of them.
Okay. Listen, I go in there with my accordion folder when we go to court. How about the people think I'm the attorney or the the attorney or the worker? They don't even let me walk through the thing anyway. They just send me right through. Keep everything. Do not give DSS or anybody your original copy. Go to the library, scan it in, however, take a picture on your iPhone, scan it in, and send it to them. Keep your own stuff. I wanted to show them how big my folder was. Oh, that's okay. We're not going to show you because it has so much work in it. But we have lots of these. Lots of these. And when I go to court, I usually get this one or my other big one because I got everything in there. And keep everything for yourself. Trust me, do not
scan it in. You need one of these.
Put it on the thumb drive to keep for yourself. Email it to whoever. Keep a paper trail of everything. And if you text anything, do not delete your text.
Let me tell you why. Because these MFs gonna lie and say they ain't got nothing.
They ain't got nothing. And you can send it 30, 40 times.
And they gonna be reading it off the screen and tell you they ain't got it.
Talk about, well, you didn't give me that. And we said, well, that's what you read. We are very thorough. Listen, even if you're not organized, trust me when I tell you.
You gonna be organized when you become a foster parent.
Keep your paperwork, because at the end of the day, you dealing with somebody else's children, right? Different stuff go on. And if DSS mess up or your agency mess up, they're not gonna be like it was our fault. They're gonna point fingers. So you need that proof that, baby, oh, I did. I don't get rid of text. Even if a worker leaves, I still keep that.
Whoever the new worker is, we give them a rundown of everything else.
We give them a rundown, and I still keep that old worker in my phone under their name with them text messages and voice messages. We don't get rid of nothing. Nothing, baby. Trust me. No matter how sweet they are, how kind they are, how thorough they are, you got to cover your own self. Trust me. Cover your own self. Cover your home. Cover your husband. Cover your wife. Cover your kids. Cover your home. Cover. Please take that. If you don't take nothing else.
Take nothing else.
Keep your stuff. Keep your stuff. Don't get rid of nothing. Don't delete no text. Keep everything. Trust me when I tell you. So yeah, so we about 2 years in. Everybody's had 2 birthdays with us,
and I'm about to be 2 years out.
Yeah,
fooling around with these people.
Yeah. Wait, what time did you say about to be what?
Out.
Oh,
done.
Yeah, Alexis ain't been too happy. Yeah, she ain't been the happiest with this.
This has not been a good experience.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna be honest with y'all.
It hasn't been. But I told Babe, when you see them families on Instagram and stuff like that.
It's only not a good experience because I've seen how she can work. I've seen how some of her coworkers can work or choose to work. Now you got people that just don't give it SHIT. Excuse me.
And I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think the workers and supervisors have been happy with me too much. Because why they not happy with me, babe?
Because she called them out.
I call them out and I tell them you're not doing your job. Just like that. Tell them, don't I, babe? I just was on one of the supervisors and I told her, you haven't done your part. You haven't done your job. And so you are responsible. You're definitely responsible. Didn't I, babe?
And it says a lot if you got all of these. Yeah, I understand that the workers have a lot on them. But you got 3, 4, 5 workers quitting.
Like every month. Yeah.
It says a lot.
It says a lot about what you're doing. And I got on her.
And our last worker, she was really about her SHIT.
She was about her stuff.
She was very opinionated, especially about this.
Yeah, and she didn't come in as new. She came in from like investigations. Investigations is rough. And she came to foster care and she said she was in for the long haul. And one day she was here and one day she told her she was quitting. Yeah.
Says a lot.
It says a lot. And that all of them have been, except for the very first worker, all of the other workers have been under the same supervisor. And I really just got on her and I did, I really got into her. I felt a little bad because it wasn't to make her feel bad or to chastise her, but I think I sounded like I was her boss or her parent. I really dug into her. And it's been a mess. What we've been dealing with these kids has been, it's a mess. It's a mess. And now basically they're working backwards.
They're working backwards. They should have done at the beginning. they're doing now.
Yeah, it's sad. And can you imagine 2 years worth of stuff that should have been done? Now they're working backwards. So
it's like basically all the stuff that we've been telling you from the beginning is null and void.
It's null and void. See, because how the judge sees it is, if it's not in their system, then it didn't happen. I don't care what it is. If it's not in that system that they can pull it up and read it or see it or get it, it didn't happen. And so they're working backwards. They're trying to get 2 years worth of stuff done. They're going to try to get it done within a couple of weeks. It's crazy. And it's nothing on us. But it's sad. But at the end of the day, these kids are vulnerable. All children in care are vulnerable. But our children are very vulnerable because not only are they little, they can't talk. They can't tell you anything. Like our baby girl is speaking more, but it's more like mimicking. She just repeats what she hears. Basically, she can't have no full conversation to tell you anything. So, you know.
I think she's getting more because something happened today. And her first sentence was, "Are you okay?"
Yeah.
And she said, "Mom, are you okay?" That was her first sentence.
And then she grabbed her little hands, grabbed my face, and turned to kiss my cheek because she thought I was her. And so she's getting better. I think in the end she's gonna be okay. I think she's still gonna have some things going on, but I think she's gonna be okay. Like I said, it hasn't been easy. And I'll never tell you or make it or sugarcoat it. This run has not been easy. With our last boy that we got in November, he's from a big family. He's from a big family. I think it's 6 of them, 7 of them, and 2 sets of twins. We had his twin 3-year-old brothers that they placed them with us, and
for respite.
Not to keep. Well, yeah, not to keep. But the worker wanted us to keep them, but our agency said no, and it probably was for the best because they were 3 and not talking, basically like our little girl, our 3-year-old, and we just knew it was going to come with just so much, and we are already pushed to up at the top. So they left. My mother-in-law has the 1-year-old twins, is a boy and a girl, to our singleton boy that we have here. He has a set of twins brothers that are 3, and a set of twins, a sister and a brother that are 1, and then an older brother. And like I said, my mother-in-law had the 1-year-old twins. And when we got our boy, we didn't want any more kids at the time. We were still just, you know, and then our children that we have here are not very fond. Now, our boy is okay. Even our little one is okay.
No, they're not. No, they're not.
They're better than that older girl. I mean, they don't, if you come for a visit, they might be okay. But then you stay there too long,
to tell you bye.
they ready, because our big girl will point at the door. When the providers come, she be pointing at the door, and that be me. She ready for you to go.
She pointing at the door and she waving.
And she wave, yeah. Like she'll point at the door and then wave to him like this. So that means she ready for you to
get the hell out.
get up out of her dang space and keep it pushing. It's so cute. It's so funny because she'll just do it. First she will ignore you, right? First she'll ignore you, and then if you keep like speaking to her, she'll say, and then point at the door, and you know, and we laugh because we know and people be like, is she telling me to leave? I'm like,
and is.
Now when we got our boy, again, the singleton. We really wasn't looking for. I wanted another kid, but I wanted a baby. We wanted a little placement. And so when we got the call for him, I said no. Babe said yes. I said no. And then our agency was like, DSS requested us. They requested for us to get him. Like, they know
that's the reason why I said yeah, because they said they requested.
Yeah, there was like, we, you know, a lot of the counties have heard about us. How, we don't know. But they was like, they requested you all. And I still was like, what'd I say? No. But Babe was like, yeah. And I was like, you know what? I have to go with her, yeah. because she went with my yeah when she was saying no about the first two. And so I said yeah. And then when we got him, when he came, and they must was ready to get rid of him because his other siblings came into care in October. Yeah.
Yeah, October.
And he was the only one placed with a relative. And it only lasted a month because he came into care November. And they was mostly ready, hot and smoking because they brought him in the middle
of the night.
Of the night. And he
10:30.
And he went from one county to the next county to the next county. Different workers was picking him up from county to county, driving him over, and then he got here. And yeah. He doesn't have all the same disabilities as our three, but he got a lot of stuff going on. And he talks just fine. He has a lot going on. We got our hands, we got our work cut out for us with him. You know, it's been a few times that I've said, little buddy gotta go. I've been a little overwhelmed, and I think for me, it takes a lot for me to say for them that they gotta go. Babe is a little more to put you out quicker. You think right? Yeah, and I'm the reason of babe. But for me, if I get to the point and be like, and tell the workers, you can come get them. And I know that sounds harsh, but sometimes you got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to throw in a towel. But he's lasted. He's lasted. He's
still here.
He's still here. We are working with him. We are definitely working with him. I love him. He's the sweetest little thing. He's the cutest little thing. He'll be 5 next month. But he is a piece of work, and we got our work cut out for us. But the great thing about him is he can speak. So him getting into therapy,
that ain't really too great. I mean, it's good that he can talk.
It's good that he can talk. But him getting into therapy, I think is going to be beneficial because he can talk and talk about different things. But
don't talk about nothing in front of him.
Don't talk about nothing in front of him. He looked like he'd be watching TV, but all in your business. And he, if you heard him speak, you would think he was so
much older than what he is.
Oh, he is, but he knows grown. You know how people, you know, when you was little, you know, back in before they started this, what you call this parenting?
Gentle parenting.
This gentle parenting. Before the gentle parent era, we were told to get out of grown folk business and go play with the kids because you a child, right? You can tell he's in that gentle parent era because he knows all adult things, but he doesn't know age appropriate things. Like you don't know the letters in your name, you don't know your colors. And we've hired a private tutor. We're working with him as well. He's in school, and we've hired a private tutor to also work with us to work with him. Like I said, he knows. You talking with him, you would think all of that is, but he doesn't know age appropriate things. He has a lot going. He has a lot going on, and he knows that 2 of our children are really nonverbal, and so we are working on him being honest and not blaming the kids that can't talk. Now our baby girl, yeah, she's nonverbal, but she knows enough to say,
I didn't do it.
My so and so, and she'll cry, and we know she's not telling the untruths. Then he'll say, oh, it was a accident. So he can't blame her no more, cause she'll tell it. But the other 2, they don't. And our big girl, you know, mentally, she doesn't even understand what's going on. So, you know, we are definitely working on. We got our hands cut out, and then his worker came the other day and was like, "What? About?"
Oh, if it came to the point of adopting them, we
adopt him.
And he gonna be, can we get the twins too?
Listen, I did say that because I just was like, when Babe said
the
yes.
twins that we had, they were so cute though.
Yeah, they're
but one of them is bad.
One of them
is gonna tell you no.
Listen, one of them with them.
They don't talk, but they will tell you no.
One of them, I was
one
like,
of them is real laid back, real chill.
I
can deal with him all day.
But then that one of them, baby, I said, I don't know, I want him. Can we just keep one of them? You know, and y'all don't go getting all sensitive. I'm just kidding, but yeah. And I was like, well, if we move to adoption, and it is early on, but like I told you, sometimes some of these cases move faster than other ones.
Just working right here by her SHIT.
Yeah, she said
she's not gonna have
this case more than a year. She's not gonna have it for more than a year. And I was like, well, she asked us, will we be willing to adopt him? And we said, well, Babe was happy to say, yeah. You said yeah first. I was gonna say yeah too.
But she looked at you.
She did look at me.
And you had already said yeah.
Yeah.
You was already shaking your head.
Yeah.
So who am I? To say no.
Well, Babe, but you already had said you would keep that one, I thought.
I ain't tell you that lie. Just like Babe keeps saying, I want a big family. I ain't tell this lady that lie.
I come from a family of what, 10? Both sides. Foster, you know, I have a lot of siblings and about a lot of mamas and daddies and grandmas. I want a big family. I've always, but Babe knew that. We 10 years in, like that was soon as we met her, she was ready to have a baby the second day. If I was a dude, we probably would have had a lot of kids. Ain't that right, babe? Mm-hmm. Oh, so you ain't that right, babe?
I said yes.
She wanted to have a baby with me the second day she had met me. Ain't it, babe? Tell the people the truth. Then you had said that.
You must say let's go have on a baby. And I wasn't gonna turn you down.
I was kidding. I was like, you wanna go have on a baby? She was like,
yeah, I wasn't about to turn her down. Shit, I wanted a baby.
Oh, we wasn't doing nothing though. I had just said it. And so yeah. We also are working on getting a little baby what? Homestead.
Why are you whispering it?
Because I wanted you to say it and be excited about it. Okay. I wanna
they want goats and chickens and stuff.
Okay, yeah. We're working on getting a little homestead.
We don't get that in South Carolina. We got to move.
Yeah, we're moving. We're trying to see what's going on with these cases.
As I told you guys in a previous video when we was talking about, when I was telling you guys about us moving, we can't move yet.
Yeah, we can't take the kids out of state. So
we gotta wait for everything to be finalized.
Not even finalized.
Way it go.
Not even finalized. If it moves to adoption, once it's done, and not done, but they say okay, we're moving to adoption. We go to the trial or whatever, and the judge says, I agree, these people can adopt these kids. We can get permission to move out of state. We would just have to come back to do the final adoption. But people now have been doing their adoption on Zoom. So yeah, we do not plan on staying local. We never planned on staying local. That's the thing.
This is supposed to be a stopping point.
This is supposed to be a stopping point. Boy, we done been stopped. I definitely want a small homestead. I don't want a big farm. I just want to be able to grow some fresh things. I want to be able to do a nice dog run for my babies. I mean, not to live out there now, no, but to go out there and play and not be biting up, messing with the churn and getting the churn things. I want to be able to do an in-ground trampoline. If you haven't seen one of those, check it out. A play yard for the kids, and something nice for me and Babe. Not like a full outdoor kitchen, you know, cause them real expensive, but something, you know, little something, and you know, have enough space. And so that's what we are definitely working on. I want a big family. You know, I'm trying to be, I mean, if you come around here Christmas, it look like we already got a whole lot of children in it.
Insert picture here.
Yeah. You would think, oh wow, they have so many kids. I want a big family. I want to be old and sitting around with my grandkids, great-grandkids, you know, our children, Babe, and they just cooking and running around and baking. You know, I want a big family. I definitely want a big family, but I'm not gonna stress Babe out too much.
Yeah,
I told her we could have about 8 kids and I'll be all right. Bring it in. No, you're not bringing it in. I don't know. We'll see. I think once this is over, we're only gonna foster infants, right? But when this is over, we're only gonna foster infants. That's it, right, babe? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And we were supposed to get a baby. An infant.
And this baby was special needs too, God.
But babe said yeah. Babe. She said yeah. We were supposed to get a little baby. And listen, we was trying to rush to put together the crib because we have a brand new crib.
And she been trying to get rid of it. And I feel like every time we get ready to get rid of it, I think something's going to happen. And dog, if we get a call.
I just told her, let's give it away or let's put it.
We weren't getting that crib away now. It's too cute.
It's cute, but when we have our own children, that's not the crib that I want. It's a very nice crib. But the crib that I want is like...
thousands of dollars.
Yeah. Not that a foster child can deserve that. Because when we have our bio child, if we get an infant...
She want to do a whole nursery. We can't do a nursery here.
Yeah, I want to do a whole nursery where I could put about 2 cribs. You know, 2 cribs. So, you know, yeah, the foster child and our bio child will have... You should have did the one from the other year, too.
I am. I got to find it.
So, yeah. So, that's how it's been. The babies are coming along. Our baby girl, she's shaking her leg. And it's been an experience being a mom to girls, to daughters, with their special needs. Some of the things that they're doing, I didn't think that I would get. Like playing make-believe. Our baby girl, she, in the beginning, she would just throw the baby down, slap the baby, you know, different things. I was like, oh, wow. But now she kisses the baby. She bring the baby for me to babysit. She come check on her. And she has the calico critters house with the little animals. Calico critters, look them up. And she has the doll house. Of course, I didn't put, you know, make sure she had that. And she plays make-believe. It makes me, every time I see her playing make-believe, it makes me want to cry because she's just a different child. She is just a different child than she was. Our boy, he is so smart. He can count. He knows his colors. He can spell. Oh, he's so bright. And then our big girl, she's coming along. Even with babies.
She all stubborn. She's stubborn.
Oh, she's stubborn. Listen. Oh, she is stubborn. But that's my baby, huh? That's my baby. She's stubborn, but that's my baby. Yeah, that's my girl. They all. I love them all, but that baby girl, Lexus. She be saying no, but she do. Yeah, she is. Yeah, she is. She be trying to play. Yeah, she do. Yeah, she do. Especially when babe go in the room and be doing something, and she be looking for Lex. Mommy, and she'll be over the, you know, over the baby gate, like for something for Lex to either babysit her baby or come play with her, or she misses, like if Alexis leaves out, she'll say mommy, and I'll say, oh, mommy went to the store, mommy did this, mommy, and she'll get the green. That's a green. I said hello, mommy. So that tells me that she wants me to call her. So I mean, we coming along. And in the beginning, we only had the Jacksons, but now we have picked up how many more people? 1, 2.
All their teachers, basically.
All the teachers. Like, all their teachers. When I say they was willing,
my brother been here from the beginning, but we done picked up all their teachers.
Like, they was willing to do background checks and everything. I mean, we could get a date night, a weekend away
even
now.
Even in Singleton, and the lady ain't even his teacher. She just want him. Yeah,
she just want him. And another one, the director of the private school, want him too. She want him too. So we have built great rapport with them and great relationships. We're more like a family now. Their families are our families, and we're their families. Like we're doing holidays together. Our 2 littles was just in one of the teachers' wedding, the flower girl and the ring bearer. So we're more like building family now. Added family. Boy, that means more money spending out for gifts. Help us, God. So yeah, it's been good. So we're gonna wrap it up because we're gonna be talking for about 3 hours, 45 minutes, and 2 seconds. So
the next mukbang that you guys get will be resources.
So have your pen and your paper.
Yeah, have your pen and paper ready because this is stuff that we didn't have.
Yeah.
So we're trying to be a help to anybody that wants to go down this route.
Oh yeah, and Lexus got a surprise for y'all. But we can't tell y'all yet.
What a surprise.
I'm not telling a surprise. I won't say the age.
Okay, well, she'll tell me on camera because I don't know what she's talking about.
So you don't know about them surprises?
No.
All the stuff that's going on.
Wait, who?
Me and you.
But that ain't a part of this.
Oh no, this is not a part of this. I just said that you just had a surprise.
Oh, okay. Now I know what she's talking about. And she said it too early because we can't tell you.
Oh yeah, because it's going up.
Yes.
Oh, we don't got no surprise. I just was tricking you.
So we promise. A little bit of nail. I know you've been waiting. We promise.
We won't stay away too long, but I'm gonna just tell y'all, we was tapped out. We put them to bed at, tell them, babe.
6 o'clock, 6:30 at the latest.
And that's even on the weekend. They might squeeze out a little bit of a fart of 7 o'clock. But if they fart wrong, 5:30 in the bed. So weekends we might do something. Now if we're doing a family night, we might do 7 o'clock. But that baby girl, she'll be like bed. Like she be ready to go to bed. The other ones be falling over. So act like they up. The other 3. But we put them down at the same time. We have a very, very structured routine. And it works. And yes, it's the daylight, but they got dark out curtains in their room. So it's daylight in the living room and Jesus made it dark in that bedroom. And that's what I tell that singleton. Jesus made it light in the living room, but made it dark in your room. And we play rain music.
And then you probably hear
that's what you probably hear in the background. I bet them kids be like, boy, it rain every day in our room. But it works. Is it for sure? It works for us. I'm gonna tell y'all, when y'all get them kids, listen, y'all better come up with a routine. Cause see, you can start off tough and ease up, but if you start off too easy, I'm telling you, our routine works. It works, don't it, babe? They come in and be getting ready. Listen.
They come in and take off their clothes like you take off your bra.
They be ready. They
after work.
Yeah. They know if they don't got no extracurricular activities, when they come in, I be finishing up work. Dinner already be on Wednesdays we do pizzas because they have a lot of services on Wednesday. You know, but the other days dinner be already prepped or in the crock pot or whatever. And when they come in, tell babe, send me the girls. We get already, when babe call me and say I'm on my way, I already run that bath water. And say, send me the girls, put them on that potty. Even though they're not potty trained, we still put them on the potty because we're trying to potty train, and put them in that tub. And get them ready, get pajamas. Then we do the boys, and then we sit down for dinner. And then while they're waiting for dinner to finish or whatever, they have Montessori time. We take out puzzle books, whatever, stuff like that. No screen time. The TV goes off at, that's Rocky snoring. The TV goes off at about 4:35 on Sundays. And Sunday, the routine will stay the same over the summer. Like, you know, we just cannot we can't vary off the routine. Now they have stayed up later. We have been out of town and they have stayed up late. But we try never to let them go past. That's manipulation. We still try not to. We have been out way past their bedtimes, like 9 and 10 o'clock, but that's very few in between. Like if we're traveling from my brother-in-law's house or something like that. But we usually do not vary off their routine. They know the routine and they thrive off the routine. They need them 20 hours of rest for the next day for school.
Like I'll say, a little bit of nail. I know you've been waiting, but we got you.
Just call us. My number is 803-222-1522.
That is not her number.
That's
but
not
if
my
you
number.
really want to call us, send us the email.
Send us an email and we'll send you our number so we can walk you through.
But yeah, the next mukbang is going to be resources. I've really been trying to get everything on my phone organized and trying to wait for her to give input too. So, because I feel like I'm missing a whole lot
I'll
that you're gonna need.
I'll take a look. Yeah.
So, but next mukbang is probably next week. So have your pen and paper ready. We'll be here. But thank you guys for tuning in to this very long video. But it's long overdue.
No, I can't. I'm not even hungry for my food. And I did say Finch to eat my cookies. Eat my cookies.
You gotta eat that food.
I don't want it.
You gotta take medicine.
Oh, okay, I'm gonna eat it.
We'll see you guys in another video. Like
Good
I said,
night.
thank you guys for tuning into this video. We'll see you guys in another one.
And
thank you for your love, loyalty, and your support. And if you are new here and this is your very first video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and go ahead and join our online tribe.
oh yeah, and don't forget to tell a friend, tell your mother, cousin, aunt, and her sister, and her husband's new wife, ex-wife, grandmother about our channel, because everyone is welcome on this platform. Jesus knows about it.
We'll see y'all in another one. Bye, y'all.
Bad little flex, she wanna know me. I stay low key, y'all.